What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Not Gon Lie. It's your boy Fritz.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Dapper Dan, and you're now tuned in to the latest and soon to be the greatest podcast. You dig?
Yes, sir. I feel like I ain't seen my boy in a minute. Let's go.
Administrative leave.
Facts. He was on administrative leave. He ain't had no pay.
Just to let you know, Fredo was the one who put me on that administrative leave. I said something on Instagram that's apparently flagrant, and him as being the boss of the company, he said, "You know,
the kids be watching."
Yeah, man. Fucking flies. God damn it. Yeah, we had to report my son to HR and all that, but it's all love.
It's cool. You know what I'm saying? I respect discipline when it's necessary.
You know, but how was your trip and all that, bro?
It was good, bro. The sad part about going on a trip where like the time zones are different is you come back just as tired as you left.
What time is it? Like right now?
Right now in London, it'd be 11 p.m.
So I mean,
in Paris, it'd be 12.
So you should be alright. No.
That's a whole completely different time of the day. But yeah, it was cool. But we're not here to talk about that right now.
Let's talk about some sports. One of the pressing things that's happening right now, or what's about to happen, is the NFL Combine.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that was really interesting that I saw that was reported was we all know that the Washington Redskins have the second pick of the NFL draft, unfortunately, and we thought that Chase Young was a lock. Everybody would think that Chase Young, being the player that he is, would be the lock for number 2.
I think he is the lock still.
But there has been reports coming from Washington, Ron Rivera and a new regime coming in, stating that they will do their due diligence by interviewing Joe Burrow and Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah, I think you got it. I'm not going to attempt it.
Yeah, Tua T.
Or Tua.
I'm just going to call him Tua.
Yeah, so I think it's Tua.
So they're gonna
number 13
interview
from Alabama.
Yeah, number 13 from Alabama. They're gonna interview him. They're gonna interview Joe Burrow.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you feel about that? Like with
me personally, I think it is just what it is. I think it is just due diligence. You know what I'm saying?
You don't feel like there's any chance that they take Tua if they? I mean, he's gonna be on the board, so you don't think there's any chance that they take Tua?
I'd be heavily surprised. For them to give up on Dwayne Haskins that quickly would be a very bad look. However, now that I just thought about it, wouldn't be too surprised because it is a new regime.
Yeah,
Dwayne Haskins was not drafted by the Ron Rivera regime. So now that I've put those two facts together, I wouldn't be super surprised. But in my opinion, I think it is more so just they're doing their due diligence. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Just making sure because. Who knows? I don't know. We don't know who's the better talent at the moment right now. Tua hasn't played an NFL game.
The starting quarterback for the Washington Redskins, Case Keenum, correct?
Yes.
So I mean, Tua, he was after he did what he did, coming in and winning that national championship, and then the season after that, like people were putting him at the upper echelon. Before Joe Burrow had such an amazing season in LSU, it was Tua that was the number one prospect.
Right.
But unfortunately, his health hasn't been cooperating with him. Hip and knee, and he just been getting fucked up. And he's a small player too, so that's what the risk comes from. But a lot of people are comparing him to Russell Westbrook, Russell Wilson, which I do see the comparisons and whatnot. But I don't know. He is, from what I've seen, he is better than Dwayne, but.
I mean, maybe at a college level, because, it's hard to compare, because, Dwayne Haskins' college numbers at Ohio State were crazy.
They were amazing, but that was his first time starting, though.
Exactly. Dwayne Haskins, I think, just needs more experience and more time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't like the whole throwing somebody in there when the whole offseason they were prepping as number 2 or number 3, and then now they're just the number 1 guy.
So if you're part of the Washington regime, you're not drafting a quarterback.
If it's my call, I'm sticking with Dwayne for the next couple seasons. Yeah, and going to get bolster a defense.
Honestly, I don't see why they would even think about not picking Chase, bro.
Because honestly, with a young quarterback, regardless, you want to have a good defense.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless, so I'm gonna go bolster a defense before I completely abandon the quarterback that just got here.
One team that has been really that's in the rumor mill making a lot of noise about getting Tua is the Miami Dolphins. They have the 5th pick. We have the 4th. Would you be open if you were the Giants? Management to trading the number 4 pick
for the number
5 and whatever else they decide to throw in there.
Yeah, I feel like it can't hurt too much. You know what I'm saying?
That's fine.
There's still some solid talent out there in the top 10. So Why not? If we can really get a good bargain, a good deal going, why not?
I just knock on wood, hope and pray that Danny Doms he pans out and he leads us to championships and whatnot. Because if he does it and Tua, whatever team he goes to, does, I'm gonna be pissed off.
I mean,
I'm gonna be a little pissed off, bro.
And I honestly think there's some other good quarterbacks out. I can't think of names right now. I didn't do my due diligence before the podcast. I apologize, but there are some other good quarterbacks in the draft that I think will have decent tenures in the NFL that haven't been getting the
love that they should.
That Burrow and Tua have been getting, or even Hurts for that matter. Like,
facts. I feel like nobody's talking about Jalen Hurts at all.
Nobody. They're talking about Hurts going later. Like,
Bird.
Yeah.
On some Lamar shit.
Probably
second.
Maybe. Yeah.
I feel like he's definitely gonna surprise a lot of people, man.
No, I think
Jalen Hurts.
I think he's a good quarterback, and I think he's athletic. I think he can get the job done. Like I said, I think there's some good quarterback talent in here just hiding around. I just think they just didn't win. I mean, Jalen Hurts won clearly, but so I just think they didn't have the records or like the fame that came with Joe Burrow or Tua and the programs they played for.
To switch gears, to go on another sport, I'm pretty sure everybody knows about the Wilder Tyson Fury 2. Did you watch it?
Yeah.
How did you feel about it, man? Bring me to your emotions when watching this fight.
I mean, I watched it. Obviously, I was going for Wilder. It's Black History Month.
Yeah.
Feel me? I feel like it's a crime to not go for him at this point.
Yeah.
I didn't realize because I didn't watch the first fight. Like
actually
watch. I watched clips, but like watching it, I didn't realize how much bigger Tyson Fury
big as hell,
was than Deontay Wilder, and I didn't really realize it because usually Wilder is a little bit bigger than the people he goes against most of the time. So, like to see that, I was like, okay, big dude, you know what I'm saying? But and like I don't know. I feel like something in me feels like it's something else going on because. Now, I never thought Wilder was the most skilled fighter. I feel like he's a decent boxer in terms of technique, and he has a very powerful right hook. But for him,
his right hand in general.
For when I watched it from round one, he looked like he just wasn't fully there. You know what I'm saying? The reports came out, he's blaming it on the costumes that he wore, which I don't understand because I'm the type of nigga, I like to do my groceries when mom's calling me downstairs. I carry the whole thing up. You know what I'm saying? And I could afford it after I put the groceries down, you know what I'm saying? I could afford it. So I'm saying why somebody in his shape, who at least he should be in shape, can't continue to fight. But like Fury had hit him with like a jab and he was off balance. I'm like, a jab? Like what's going on? It's the first round. You a little shaky off a jab. Now granted, Fury was a big dude, I'm saying, so maybe he just hits that hard, but like the little jab, and I was like, this is not looking good already. And then, you know what I'm saying, son got hit in the back of the head, the ear started bleeding. Like, people don't know, like, ears got a lot to do with your balance. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know,
I
don't know the science behind it. I was never
good
at biology like that. But I do know it has something to do with your balance. And his equilibrium was off. From there, like, it's really, I shout out to him for even continuing to fight because I know it probably was really tough. And shout out to his team for realizing, like, yo, there's no point in continuing this fight, throw this match. You know what I'm saying? Throwing in the towel, whether he liked it or not. So that was probably where I was with it. I was just like, I just didn't see or expect him to be dominated the way it was. It just looked like a complete outboxed, overpowered. You know what I'm saying? It just looked like a complete ass whooping. And
that's exactly what it was.
That's just what I was.
Nigga, I'm watching that shit, and I just felt like I was seeing one of my family members get beat up. I'm like, no. Like, my mom, bro, I was mad, sad, watching. Like, I was in disbelief, first and foremost, because in my mind, like, there was no way Tyson Fury was beating this nigga. Like, I thought Deontay was going to lay him the fuck out. Like, Tyson Fury was talking about, I'm going to knock him out second round. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, you're a smack, bro. And then the fight actually happens. After round one, I'm like, it's all right. After round two, I was like, oh, nah. Like you said, this nigga started looking all wobbly, and it did not get better, bro. Like, I'm telling the people that I'm watching it with, like, nah, son, there's still hope. You got that right hand, there's still hope. But the farther the match went, the worse he looked. Like, nigga was really not like, it wasn't little blood coming out his ear. Like, it was gushing out of his ear. Popped the shit. Fuck you, Fredo. Look at this nigga. Popped the shit out of his fucking eardrum. Like, his whole, like you said, his whole equilibrium was off. Motherfucker couldn't stand straight. I know he couldn't have walked a straight line, like, at all. And the fact that Tyson Fury came in 30 pounds heavier than he did the first fight, he was utilized like whoever. I think his name was Sugar Hill. I think that was the name of his trainer. He had switched trainers for this fight to assure that he would beat Deontay, which he actually did. But he gained mad weight. He utilized that weight by putting his weight on him every chance he could.
Right.
He put him in the fiend mad times, bro. Like I was getting tight. Like he really had him in wild headlocks, but the shit worked. And Wilder had no fucking answer for it.
Fury definitely came out with a way more unorthodox style than I've used to see.
He's mad unorthodox, but he was aggressive.
Yeah,
like,
that's what really changed the game.
He was aggressive.
Because, like, it's already hard enough to really... He throws weird punches. He throws... You know what I'm saying?
That shit... Like, he really punched like that, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he throws weird punches. They come at weird times. You know what I'm saying? It's like... It's tough to really gauge him as it is. And then you add the strength behind that. You know what I'm saying? It was a tough match for Deontay from jump, who's already... in my opinion, not the greatest boxer, but powerful enough to overcome. You know,
when it comes to boxing,
yeah, he's not. He's a fighter. Mm-hmm. He's not a boxer. You know what I'm saying? So,
and it's the fact that Tyson Fury is a better boxer. As much as I don't want to say that, and when you take away the legs, you have no power for your upper body. So it was over. But I mean, he did utilize his rematch clause immediately. So we should be seeing that third fight probably within the next 6-7 months.
Don't have much faith in that. I don't, to be honest.
If
anything, I still see Fury winning in a better fight, maybe, but no.
I don't know, bro. I'm gonna keep faith because I feel like if his eardrum ain't pop, it would have been a different fight. Not to say he would have won, but he wouldn't have gotten his ass whooped like that. You know what I mean? So I feel like we're gonna see a third fight regardless of who won.
No, yeah, definitely.
So I mean, hopefully this third fight is much better than the second because I was sad. Very sad. And if that fight happen, well, it's pretty sure it's gonna happen before. But if Tyson does get past him again, then he's gonna fight what's his name, Anthony Joshua for all the marbles. For which if that happens, I hope Tyson wins because I don't like Anthony Joshua.
I don't know, something about him. Yeah, it's something about him.
And I don't like Tyson Fury, so that says a lot. That says a lot.
I feel you. I see the same sentiment. I don't know why I don't like Anthony Joshua.
I think Wilder's gonna have to fight Anthony Joshua before he gets a rematch with Tyson Fury.
I doubt they're gonna even want to do that fight though, because there's so many people that have like how when you have a certain record, you're old.
But the way he got cooked.
Yeah,
like,
but
he's gonna have to fight.
I know what you mean, but I'm saying there's other people in line to fight Anthony Joshua before Deontay Wilder does.
I didn't know that. That does change everything, man.
So,
they could just put it off though.
They have been putting it off, like with the Andy Reid shit. Like they've been putting off a lot of fights. So there's people dead ass waiting to fight this nigga.
Facts.
But let's move on to the NBA because there's a lot of things going on with the NBA.
There's always.
First and foremost, Russell Westbrook's dominance in the month of February. Ever since they traded away Clint Capella, he has been playing. Yeah. It started before, but after he has been playing masterful, bro. Like this is.
And I've been watching this game because I've been trying to figure out where it's coming from, and he's not shooting up as much three,
like a motherfucker,
and like he's going back to what we used to love Westbrook for, which is his change of pace, his aggression. You know what I'm saying? Like guarding Westbrook when he has a full head of steam is probably harder than guarding Giannis, in my opinion. I think just because of the fact that Westbrook, you think you were in front of him, and then boom, and he's up high in the air, and then he's at the rim for the lay. It's almost too easy. Like I watched them play. Who did they play last night?
They played the Grizzlies. Yeah, and
he just tore them apart from the jump. Like tore them up, and I'm just like he's doing the same thing, but it's just not being stopped. And it's crazy to me that what I'm saying. It just took a little bit of mixing around the offense or the players to do that. And just Houston is in a good spot if they can continue to keep Westbrook at that, point. It's going to be interesting to see how other teams' defenses react to this because you're going to have to put somebody that's a good on-ball defender on him. Definitely somebody's going to knock him off his, his regular pace that he's been on. And then on top of that, you still got to, I don't know, it's just going to be a tough lineup.
It is.
That small ball.
They're 9-2 since trading away Clint Capella, which is very strong. Fourth in the West at the moment. And it's been efficient basketball at that. Like, it's not like him and James Harden are shooting terribly. Because, in the beginning of the season, it was like if one had a good game, the other didn't really. But now they're both just doing what people expected them to do.
Exactly.
Some people, didn't believe that would work. Honestly, I didn't really have that much doubt that dynamic would work, especially because Chris Paul was there for 2 years, so it's like he knows how to play.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, granted, he doesn't really play off the ball too much, but he knows how to play off the ball. James Harden. But Houston has been. I'm surprised at how successful it's been because they're dead ass small, bro.
Yeah, but I see why it works.
Yeah.
You get guys that are decent height that hustle and you just box out and can run, and it works. You know what I'm saying? I see why it works when you fast speed kills. So if you can get to the ball faster, I mean, no matter how big you are, some of the times, like obviously you might lose out on some offensive rebounding here or there, but you know what I'm saying? If you want hustle hard, then you can get what you want. So,
man, I just like I said in previous episodes, I don't know how Robert Covington and PJ Tucker's bodies are gonna hold up because they're banging down low with big men.
I mean, but they've brought in a couple guys or started playing more guys that can take a little pressure off. They got DeMar Carroll there now.
That was a good pickup.
Jeff Green is there now. You know what I'm saying? That's like pickups that people have played a lot of minutes. People have been in good situations so that they know how to play, and you know what I'm saying, those are good bodies to have to back up PJ Tucker or Robert Covington, so that they don't have to be getting bullied all day down low by whoever's 7 foot down there that they gonna have.
Do you see Houston beating either of the LA teams?
In a 7-game series now.
Yeah, me neither. Like I could see them coming out the first round, maybe the second round, depending on who they run into and seeding, but
right,
when run into the LA team, might be clip for them. Just off the strength that those LA teams are just built too crazy. And Marcus Morris was a good pickup. Markieff Morris was a good pickup. That's Markieff?
For who?
In the Lakers?
The Lakers got Markieff.
Okay, yeah. Markieff was a good pickup for them, even though it's like the off-brand version of the player that they wanted with Marcus because he is the better twin. Mm-hmm. Both of them being in LA is definitely just going to make that rivalry that much more special.
Definitely.
And you said that you wanted to talk about Brandon Ingram and Jayson Tatum.
Yeah, a few weeks back I came in here and I said, well, let me not walk back my take. I think I just wanted to clear it up because I didn't articulate it the way I wanted to articulate it. I compared them to both Joe Johnson. Now, being that I don't compare them both to Joe Johnson skill-wise, I think they're both going to be better than Joe Johnson. Obviously.
Yeah, I was confused.
I just feel like I felt like their ceiling was they couldn't be the 1A.
Hands down, one of the worst takes ever on the show. Hands down.
That's why your mic don't work, pussy.
It does work. All of them plugged in.
No, they not.
Bitch. They off. Oh. That headset broken, though.
I don't say shit, but that was a bad take. Joe Johnson?
Yeah, it was a bad take.
First of all, hear me out. First of all, you actually said Joe Johnson. I had to roll with it.
I didn't say Joe Johnson.
You said like a Joe Johnson. I was like, yeah, like a Joe Johnson. Like,
and then I gave you the face like Joe Johnson.
But hear me out. Like I'm saying, because Joe Johnson at a point when he was on the Hawks was the 1A.
Yeah, for like 2 years.
He was the best player on that team. But obviously Joe Johnson, I'm comparing him in the sense of situation, not necessarily talent.
I was talking about ceiling, bro. Like
I was comparing more so their situation. Like I felt like B.I. and Jayson Tatum, like they were gonna be guys that obviously could be the best guy on your team and are currently the best guys on their team. But
probably not New Orleans.
In New Orleans, you could say still right now because Zion's
been playing like a fucking
monster. Been playing
Zion smash.
He's been playing great, but like I feel like you can't disregard. This is where I go back to the conversation of one quarter. Like you can't disregard a whole season's worth of work over 12, 13 games. You feel me? But you know what I'm saying? But regardless of that, like I feel like I'm still not 100% on it, but I feel like they can definitely get to a point where they can be the best player in their team and make noise in the playoffs and make runs. But I feel like as of right now, where they currently stand, obviously not. But I feel like maybe next 2 or 3 years, that might be a conversation we might want to have. But at the point when I said it last 3 weeks ago, it was like wasn't trying comparing them talent-wise. Obviously, I think they're both as good as Joe Johnson was now at their current state. But like talent-wise, situation-wise was what I was comparing it to.
I feel like I had said that I believe that Brandon Ingram was gonna have a better career.
Yeah, because of his body type.
Right. Jayson Tatum, I must say, has been surprising me immensely. Like, especially this past month of February, bro. He's been playing like a legit superstar, like averaging 30 points, shooting like 53% from the field, like 40 plus from 3-point. Like, he's been bugging, the fuck out. He's been one of the best players.
They said it's because it's beard connected.
Nah, it's the beard connection, bro. But not only in the East, but in the NBA in general. So it's gonna be. I'm excited to see how much of an issue Boston is going to give the Milwaukee Bucks in the playoffs. Which brings me to, another topic that I brought up with the Bucks were the first team to clinch the playoffs. Obviously, they were going to make it. Mm-hmm. But they're 50-8 at the moment, which is nuts. Only lost twice in the past month. I think like 17-2 or some shit like that. What do you think their their final record's going to be? And do you see anybody stopping them in the East?
Their final record, I feel like they'll probably lose a few more games towards the end of the season, just because I don't think they shot. In my belief, they shouldn't go that hard. You see what happened to Golden State when they tried to pursue the record. They kind of botched themselves. But if I had to put a number, I think they win just under 70, so maybe like 68 and whatever else is left. I don't know the math on that. Like 12.
68 and 14.
Oh, 14. But yeah, so like 68 and 14 probably.
That'd be a strong record. I could see that.
But between 64 and 68 is where I think they land.
Do you see anybody stopping them in the East?
The Heat could be dangerous for them.
You think that's the team?
Yeah, I think
why the Heat?
The Heat just have the bunch of dogs on their team. They have a good center, piece in the middle that really can give Giannis problems, because that's how you give Giannis issues. You got to have a center that can really guard up and is not scared.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying, when he comes down there. So I think Bam is that guy. I think he's risen to that level at this point. He's an all-star this year. So, I mean, I would definitely put my money on the Heat, if anybody, because it's not the Philly, for sure.
Nah, yeah, Philly. Definitely not Philly. But like I said, Boston, I'm definitely excited to see how they're going to, play against the Bucks. Do I see them winning? No, but if Jayson Tatum is playing the way he's playing, it's definitely going to be a
good series.
Yeah,
definitely.
A lot closer than I anticipated. Miami, that's a possibility. That's a possibility. I can't really bet on Miami. Like, they have to show me something. Like, I have to see how they play in the first round before I, judge them. But they do have the personnel. I feel like
they'll come out and surprise you, because Jimmy Butler's been there before.
Shit, they surprising us now. They 4th in the East right now.
That's what I'm saying. It's scary in Miami. I'm telling you, nobody wants to go against Miami in the 7-game series. I promise you that.
Yeah, and it's like with Jimmy Butler, if you do a pick and roll with a big man, now you got Bam Adebayo on you, and they both can play on the perimeter. They both play down low, so they got shooters.
You know what I'm saying? It gets scary in there.
But one of the teams that was supposed to be number 1 in the East is they flopping right now. They 5th right now. You mentioned them, the Philadelphia 76ers.
Mm-hmm.
How you feeling about the Sixers right now, man? What's
the Sixers is ass. We've been I feel like we had 3 episodes on the Sixers already.
Nah, I mean, yeah,
the Sixers is ass. For what they should be, they're definitely in the ass category for me. 15-man roster of ass.
All of them?
They have good players, but maybe they're playing out of their role, or they're just whatever system they're using isn't beneficial to how they play.
But it's you can't even say that, because their home record, they're 24-3, and then their away record, they're 10-20. It's what the fuck? Y'all playing the same system, y'all playing the same people, but you can't win on the road.
I would have to look deeper into who they played at home versus who they played on the road.
I'm pretty sure it's damn near the same roster, the same lineups and stuff.
But regardless of that, it's just, I don't know what's going on over there. I don't know if they just need to be in front of their fans, the moment you boo. Because, Embiid kind of sensitive, so,
he's mad sensitive.
Yeah, I didn't want to say kind of. He's that sensitive. But, yeah, so I don't know. Maybe he just needs his fan love. The moment he hears boos, maybe he just underperforms. I don't know.
They were a shot away. But they did have Jimmy Butler last year. But
Jimmy Butler, I don't know how Jimmy Butler getting tossed around teams like he is. He's too good to be getting tossed around.
That whole Minnesota thing wasn't really his fault. He was playing with a bunch of bitches. He had to get up out of there.
He definitely calls them bitches.
Yeah. They wasn't trying to win, bro. Niggas said they would basically being practiced too hard on. They didn't feel like they had that winning culture, or felt like they wanted to win as bad as Jimmy. So I felt him. in that situation. But I definitely didn't think that he would leave Philly when he got traded to Philly because I felt like that was a perfect spot for him. But they wanted to throw the Brinks truck at Tobias Harris and fucking Al Horford, which I
haven't even heard nothing about Tobias Harris.
They're both gonna have to step it up because both Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons are injured at the moment.
Yeah,
and we don't know how long both of them are gonna be out for. But this is the perfect time for Tobias and Al to prove themselves and prove their
play
worth.
For their contract, to play like their contract pays them.
And then Al Horford and Tobias Harris. That's not a bad 1-2.
If that team was just Tobias Harris and Al Horford, that'd probably be like a 7th, 8th
seed team.
Baby.
In the East?
In the East, yeah.
If they was on the Knicks, they would be the 10th seed, maybe 11th.
Maybe. Nah, I think there'll be an 8th seed if they was on the Knicks. Tobias and Al Horford, bro.
Yeah,
I can see an 8th seed.
That's not.
Al Horford this season is not good.
I mean, I think he's still good.
He's good, bro.
He's misplaced.
Yeah,
I think he's just in a weird position right now.
It's not. It's just the
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep saying that signing doesn't make sense to me. Like I understand why they wanted. From their perspective, they wanted to have somebody that when Joel is out, they can place a man and just have that traditional big man lineup and clogging everything in the paint. But your point guard does not shoot. Your big man has a spotty jump shot. So why would you put another big man next to him? Like it didn't make sense to me with that.
It looked good
aspect.
in theory. So like you said, I see where they were trying to go with it, but we clearly see why it missed.
I knew this was gonna happen, but it's just the thing that confused me the most is the discrepancy between the home and the away record. It's like, which team are you really? Which team are you?
They're the away team.
You jacking that?
They're definitely the away team.
Man.
You are who you are when your fans are not watching.
So do you see Philly like potentially losing in the first round?
I don't know. It depends on who they play. It depends. All this depends on how.
Shit, from right now they would play Miami if the playoffs started today.
They are getting smoked.
You jacking that?
4-1.
4-1?
4-1. Easy.
You jacking that, Fredo?
4-1.
4-1.
4-1.
I mean, you 70% of the time.
70. No, was it 70? I think it was
75.
75. It was 75. You're right.
You were on 75% of the time. All right, so we'll see. Motherfucking. Let's talk about Steph, man, because he's about to come back. And I wanted to talk about this because it's like, does it make sense for him to come back? Because the Warriors at the moment have the worst record in the NBA, and they could potentially knock themselves out of getting the number 1 pick. So do you think it's worth Steph coming back? Like, does it make sense?
I still don't think they're gonna win much with Steph anyway, but I'm always here for like a player coming back, especially if it's not something that you need to rest from. Like he hurt your hand, like his wrist or whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it wasn't like he tore something. Like he broke a bone in his body, and you can come back and play. Like these NBA basketball players, they've been playing ball their whole life. Let them come back and play basketball. I mean, I see what you're coming at, but I don't think they're gonna win that much more games with Steph. Like it's like, granted, Steph is a superstar in his own right, absolutely, but he's coming to a new team, that he has to now gel with and things of that nature. I don't see them winning that much more with Steph.
I personally, if I'm management, I want Steph to shut it down just like Clay. Like shit, we about to be in March. Might as well just let's keep losing these games. Like I feel like they're definitely gonna have a better record than if Steph is not gonna play. Like they're probably gonna win like 6-7 more games than if Steph didn't play, which is it probably might mean a lot at the end of the season. Granted, the low 3 teams have equal chance of winning the number 1 pick, but he can knock them to the 4th or 5th worst record in the NBA.
I mean, but you gotta think they feel like I think the owners and everybody feel like they're in a good spot. They're just having a bad season currently because of injury and players leaving. I feel like they think next year. I'm pretty sure they bring Wiggins back. They're not doing anything with Wiggins. They're gonna keep him.
At least for a year.
Yeah, and then Clay's back, Steph's back. So you got your wings now. Draymond's gonna be back to doing what Draymond does when he has people that he can play with that are more talented, and I think they're in a good spot. They probably make some moves on the bench here and there, but other than that, like I think they feel like they're in a good spot. So like they're like, why not let them play? They're not banking. They're not one of those teams banking on that draft pick. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, yeah, they're definitely in a tough spot, and they're gonna be in the playoffs next season. Like Granted, like if they all stay healthy, they're going like they're too talented not to be in the playoffs.
Exactly.
But it's like you had to their core three are over 30 years old, so you got to think about the future. You have to like if you're gonna keep Andrew Wiggins, have a centerpiece alongside him. So if I'm management, I would advise Steph not to play because I feel like that would probably hurt their chances of picking. I, of course, want the Knicks to be the number one pick, but, speaking as a devil's advocate, that would hurt their chances of getting a number one pick like fucking LaMelo, Anthony Edwards, or whoever it is that can help them transition to when 3-4 years from now, Steph and Clay aren't as good as they are. You know what I mean? So that's how I'm seeing it. And it's a wash. The season is a wash. Steph has nothing to prove. Like, nigga, play for the Olympics. Like, it's 2020. You can play more this year, but you don't gotta play.
I mean, they was thinking about shutting down the Olympics, to be honest. I was reading.
What?
Coronavirus, bro.
Oh,
Yeah.
where is it at this year?
Tokyo.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was gonna say
Sunset China.
I read somewhere they were thinking about trading Clay, put him in a trade package for Giannis, making a run at him.
Well, no, they are going to make a run at Giannis, especially if the Bucks don't win the championship this year. Who do you think is the team? Have we talked about this? Like the team that's likely to take Giannis?
I thought we talked this not years, but
episodes
ago.
But the Warriors are a team that has been coming up in reports that they're saying that they're definitely going to make a run at him.
I don't see Giannis really leaving, but yeah, I don't think it's a smart move either way. But
if he leaves,
depends on where he goes.
I feel like if he dips, it's gonna go to Miami.
If he does leave, him going to Miami would make the most sense.
That would make the most sense, but I feel like what's the point?
I mean, he said as long as they're winning, he's gonna stay.
Exactly.
Yeah. But
I mean, winning don't necessarily mean a chip every year.
And I was gonna say to what you said about them probably losing more games at the end of the season. I don't think that's gonna be the case because I think Giannis averages like 30 minutes a game. Like they be whooping teams' asses. Like everybody just dogs, bro. Like they not even going 100. I don't feel like they going 100%. These niggas be wrestling before the fucking games. And they be cooking teams. Like they only lost 8 times, bro. Like
yeah, but I still see them losing about 12 games.
Shit,
you know what I'm saying?
They about to be scary because I feel like they really haven't even put their whole foot on the gas pedal. Like Giannis is playing just 30 minutes. Like that. Then think about the numbers that he's putting up, bro. He's only playing 30 minutes.
Understood, but that doesn't change the fact that I think they're gonna lose 4 more games.
I'm just saying, man. Don't be surprised if they fuck around and to fucking hit 70 or some shit. You never know.
I mean, it's possible, but I just don't see that in the Bucks.
Why not the Bucks?
I don't know. I just feel like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like they're going to rest Giannis low-key on the going towards the end. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, they take the foot off the pedal a little bit because, I mean, you clinched the playoff berth already, you know what I'm saying? And you're going to clinch the number 1 seed more than likely. Regardless
nobody's catching up.
Yeah, so like,
50 wins.
So, like, I mean, what do you got to lose? If you
Giannis.
Maybe, but no.
If you're the Bucks and say y'all losing the second round this year, do you even think about trading Giannis? Like, does that even...
Anybody that thinks of trading anybody like Giannis is a nutcase. Why would you even trade Giannis?
You have there's a potential to be a whole Cleveland Cavaliers thing where you cut the head off and the entire organization folds. You gotta think about that.
I mean... Especially
if there's rumblings of him legit leaving.
I mean, there's not rumbling because he's never said anything out loud.
He says as long as we winning, I'm going to stay.
Yeah, they're winning. They have the best record in the league.
Hypothetically, they lose in the second round or some shit. Like, they don't even get to the conference finals.
And if they lose in the second round, that is Giannis' fault.
Wow.
That is on Giannis. If they lose in the second round, that is on Giannis.
What if he averages like 40?
That is somehow still his fault. I don't give a damn.
47.
They should not lose until the finals. They should not.
I thought they was going to make it last year, but Kawhi had other plans.
Exactly. There's nobody like Kawhi in the East right now.
Absolutely.
Giannis is the Kawhi this year. So
I would say that.
If they lose in the second round, that is his fault. And if he don't want to come back because he lost, he a bitch. So point blank, period. We moving on.
I mean, that was actually the last topic.
That's the last we got?
On the docket, yeah, man.
All right, bet.
It's a pleasure to have you back.
I'm happy to be back. I'm just tired.
Hopefully you awake for the next. I feel like you've been sleepy these last few episodes, man.
Bro, I'm always sleepy. It's just the sleep is now like it's as the time goes by, the sleep is like starting to like add up. Like, hey, you didn't get 5 this night. You got 4. You didn't get 4 this night. You got 3. Like, man, now it's adding up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hopefully you get 8 tonight, man. Let's try to get 8 tonight.
I'm not.
No?
But, nah. It's basketball on tonight. You wild.
Wait, who's playing tonight?
I don't even know. It's basketball on.
That's crazy. I'd have been not. Lakers do play.
LeBron not even playing. I'm telling you.
Lakers 2020?
Of course.
Hey. All right, man. Well, that was another.
By the way, Bron mad disrespectful for dunking on Josh Hart and posting on
Nuts on his face talking about last night. What? Like, bro, I'd be sick,
bro. If I'm Josh Hart, I don't even know, bro. Because Josh Hart got a podcast. I got to see him talk on it.
She said, anybody check on Hart?
Yeah, bro. Like, you know, if Rihanna comment, it's because Rihanna love fucking LeBron.
OD
I don't
love
know
that
why,
nigga.
But
What you mean? It's LeBron, bro.
I was mad at hate.
I don't know why. I heard it in your voice, bro.
Because I love her, so I don't know why he don't be like commenting on the Rihanna stuff.
He can't. I bet you if he wasn't with Savannah, he'd been eating Rihanna ass.
More than likely, but he is with
might
Savannah.
have on the NDA tip. You feel me? We'll never know.
Would never know.
On that note,
We'll never know. You're absolutely right. But on that note, this has been another episode,
Big trust.
and
Whoa.
we out of here.